What's good, YouTube? Cardfight can't hear. Aqua Life, baby. You already know how it is. Just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update, so to speak. You know, what's going on, what's happening, whatnot. Basically, right now, I'm in grad school, so it's not exactly the easiest thing for me to do to get out to locals, at least on Sunday. I recently changed around my work schedule so that I could attend my Saturday locals, but Sunday really depends on, you know, if I've submitted my homework or, you know, if I've done anything, whatnot. So Sundays are predicated on that. Otherwise, I should be able to get out to my Sunday locals at Superstar Card Gaming. But change everything around so I can go attend more locals more often. I'm looking at getting a camera again. But this time not a camera, a camcorder, so I could, you know, use my tripod, go to locals, record matches, upload and stuff. So I have that in the works, but that's not going to start till sometime in April once I'm able to attend frequently. Now onto the thing I really wanted to talk about, which was what I have in store. So right now I'm almost done max raritying my Aqua Force deck. You know, Aqua Life, you already know the king got to do his thing. I just need one more SP Algos. I have 3 on the way. I got my Maelstroms, I got my Penguins, I got, you know, I've had my OR titles since release date because, you know, that's my boy, that's my favorite unit. So yeah, almost done max raritying Aqua Force. Really excited about that. And then I'll put out, when I do get everything in, I'll put out a final deck profile for it, because really the only thing in Aqua Force that changes is the trigger lineup. That's it. Is the trigger lineup. That really changes. You know, maybe I might go more fronts today, might go more Chris today, might go more of a mix today. I never really do 4-4-4, you know, full rainbow, but you know, maybe I'll play more draws here and here. It really just depends on what I'm trying to conform my trigger lineup to as far as the meta goes, and from what I'm seeing my opponents react, how are they reacting to like Maelstrom plays, and how the deck is interacting against certain decks when I'm on Maelstrom or Navigator, yada yada yada. So doing all that. Then I also recently completed my deleter deck. You guys know, you know, I play Link Jokers. Not the biggest fan of deleters. Was never the biggest fan of the archetype of deleters or subclan, whatever it is, archetype. But you know, it was Link Joker, so built it because, you know, that's my second favorite clan. I love them. But yes, the other day I was play testing. It was rough. Lost a ton of games. I'm seeing a lot of the problems with the deck. I understand that. I feel, and you know, and I do agree with the general consensus. Like, deleters are kind of need to open up well and have things sustain and go for them. So I changed up my build. I took out those hailing deleters. The hailing deleters, the Elro and Alba, they weren't doing jack squat for me at all. If anything, they were a hindrance to my gameplay, because my thing is like, if they're both on the field, then they're 10k vanillas and they're not doing much of anything. And I'd rather have like Geo, who's a 10k interceptor, and I'd rather have I'd rather have certain things like that in place of them. And I also added an Evo, Clipping Deleter Evo, to the lineup. And I'm thinking about using like Limery Code Dragon, but you know, this is just coming from, you know, play testing. So the deck is cool. The deck does have problems finishing off opponents. If you get stuck on Greed Hole for multiple turns, then you're swinging with a vanilla Vanguard, you're not doing anything, your opponent's gaining advantage on you, and it's just really, really bad if you're stuck on Greed Hole. If anything, you want to be stuck on Greyon so that you could at least have a consistent delete turn after turn, as long as you can pay the Counter Blast 2 cost and maybe get access, you know, keep hopefully finding your drowns and whatnot, so you can delete, then get some counter blasts back if you know, counter blast it out, and then hopefully draw into your greed holes. But the deck really is reliant on, you know, opening up with Greyon, and then going through the game with Greyon, dropping Greed Hole for pressure turn. I'm not a fan of Given. I understand the power of Given, the grade 2 triple rare. I understand the power of what he does, making like your Greed Hole restand, swing with extra crit. My issue is that you know, if you can't kill your opponent, if your opponent can expend the shield to guard, if your opponent, you know, guards smart for your turn, blah, blah. And if you're not, like, just hitting a lot of triggers, and, you know, you never really want to, you know, game plan around, oh, I'm going to hit these triggers, blah, blah. Given's not that great of a card. If anything, more situations than not, I've lost because Given, I'm going in for the kill, you know, I recognize they have no perfect guards left. I'm going in 23 on their grades, on their 0 power Vanguard. They save just enough shield to be able to block it. And if you're going up against another Force Clan, the leaders actually have trouble against Force, because Force Clans will put the Force marker on the Vanguard circle. So the Vanguard, when you delete them, and offensively, if they can't ride again, they're at least at 10k. With a booster, they're 17 or 18k, mostly 18k. And sometimes, depending on what you're doing, your opponent might stack two Force markers on the Vanguard circle because they expect to be deleted. And then you're sitting there with a 20k body that could get up to 28. And then you're still going to have to block it. And some other clans like Excel, like Narcomi and whatnot, can outspeed it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm theory crafting, game planning, trying to figure out the best way that I can play with the deck, trying to figure out, you know, the build that I have right now is a lot more fluid. It's a lot more consistent than the build with the Hailing Twins, just because if you don't have both of them on the board, then they're a detriment to your deck. Then it's like, these are 5k shields. I'd rather have them, if they're going to be vanilla, I want them to at least be 10k shield. Plus, hitting 14 is not that great unless you have a booster behind him to hit 22 on an Excel, which is but if they're deleted, they're at 0 power anyway, so all you want to aim for is increments of 5 and 10k, because they're going to be at 0. So him being 14 is not good. The other one, on hit, counterblast 1, bind something, if you have the other one on the board, not that great in general as well. So the build that I'm going for allows me to conserve more resources, be able to have better management of them, still execute my game plan while also having a lot more defense on my side, ability not to commit from hand as much, and you know, be able to sustain myself through games longer and have a better chance of closing them out closing them out or putting myself in a position to win the game, rather than kind of, you know, using Given too early, then going all in and losing, or not having enough shield for this and this, having to give up more than what I want. Now, I understand that the Deleter Twins, Elro and Alba, are recurring rear guards, but again, soul is extremely important in deleters. You soul blast a ton in the deck. Counterblast, they have one counter charge card who only works if your opponent, if you delete your opponent's Vanguard and he's on the board to see the deletion. Other than that, yeah. So, still working things out, but getting better day by day. But like I said, Aqua Force deck profile, my final one, until we get our support in July, and I still have to make that Glory Maelstrom video. I don't think I didn't forget about that. But that video will come out soon. The Maelstrom video will come out really soon. Probably I'll just record that today, and the Aqua Force deck profile will come out as soon as I'm finished grabbing my last few SP Algos cards. Deleter deck profile, I'll probably do that either today or tomorrow, sometime this week. So look forward to that. I just want to get some more testing in, figure a few things out. Other than that, we in there. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. Cardfight King, Aqua Life Baby, we out.